Look at this now. Solar, he had so much trouble on Frozen Temple. He's 1-5. He's 0-4 on King Sejong Station in ZBZ, whereas Dark is 6-3.
Yeah, and don't forget, Solar also deprioritized this map, I think, as second or third last. So it's a map he does not want to play. It's a map Dark's very comfortable with. And, I mean, he's played more games on this map in general as well. And this is kind of one of our standard maps in the pool. It's considered, in fact, by many to be the most standard. It's been played in over 2 expansions.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to jump into game number 2 right now. We'll see if Solar can bring it back, or is Dark going to continue his lead.
넌 아직 멀었다.
한 세트일 뿐이다.
Here we go once again, going into game number 2 on King Sejong Station. Down here in the bottom right, in the red, taking game number 1, he is Dark.
There he is, the defending champion. Takes 1 win, and it takes that important lead. His opponent to the top left in blue, it is Solar. The player from Samsung here. Samsung has, been known for having great Zerg players. Roro, one of the more recent Samsung Star League winners. Of course, an ex-Samsung player. And, we actually had in that interview video where Solar said, what was your hardest time? He said, well, when a lot of people left Samsung, and I had to step it up. It was me who was being played in the ace matches. I was the carry for the team, and I wasn't used to that. That's when we had Reality leave temporarily. It's, Roro leave, amongst others. And the team roster was definitely massively changed for StarCraft 2 for Samsung at that time. And, I think Solar did step up. And now he's here in a finals as Samsung's representative. And when you think about teams, the big ones you think of for finalists, for champions, and people that go to finals, people that make top 4, you think SKT, you think KT, and more recently you think Jin Air, but you don't think about MVP, you don't think about Samsung as much. And I think that is saying something about his skill level compared to everybody else.
Yeah, very, very true. You can see getting into this game, very, very similar builds. I think the hats, or maybe the pool was a little bit faster for Solar, but his gas was delayed a little bit here. And once again, look at this. Dark going for a very fast lair and a Roach Horn. He's going to make a little wall here at the front. We have a macro hatchery actually in the main here for Solar, something we very rarely see, especially in this matchup. It's
very uncommon because you would just normally have your third base at your expansion location. So now the advantage of this is, nice scout here. He does get in. No denial there by Dark. So the advantages of this are really basically based on him being able to hide that he has extra larva. This is similar to hiding gateways or something like that. Obviously, you're going to get more production in a safer way. If Dark is planning on attacking, then, obviously that hatchery is not vulnerable. You can drone up heavily, then take a safer third. But this often means aggression. He wants to use extra larva to do a big roach push, keep that hidden from Dark. Dark's not using his Overlord to scout the main right now. And look at this tight wall. He does not want Dark to know he has that extra hatchery, and the Overlord is not coming in. So this will be kept a secret for the time being. Dark's not going to know.
Yeah, and at the same time, as you were saying, Solar got that really nice scout. He knows exactly what's coming. Scouted the front, saw the Roach Horn, saw the very fast lair. And Dark going for a very similar build that he did in the last game. Just going for roach speed, +1. Going to start pumping out those roaches here in just a bit. He's been safe himself. He hasn't taken a very early third base or anything like that. And look at this from Solar. He gets that third macro hatchery very early, very safely in his main, and then he goes for the faster third hatchery. So right now he has 2 more hatcheries than Dark does.
Now, because Dark has +1 in speed, he may decide to attack, try to punish this before Solar really hits his stride in macro here.
Dark did see that, by the way.
He did see that with the Overseer Scout, and that's important And I think what Solar is potentially trying to do here is just hit a big, huge timing attack. He got 2 evolution chambers, but he's only utilizing 1. Perhaps the initial idea was to get 1-1 and hit a very strong attack timing with roach speed and a lot of roaches, basically an all-in. But maybe he's altering things now that he's been scouted. He's only using 1 evo chamber. He's taking that 3rd base. And I think this is going to become a more even game overall. Dark is going over here to put on some pressure, though.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, the upgrade that Solar chooses is the armor. So it's going to affect all of his units, including, you know, the Lings here as well. So maybe that's the idea. He wants to do a kind of mixed army. And that's another good reason to get an extra hatchery, because Lings are so larva intensive. You get that extra hatchery so you can go for this kind of composition. And I'm sure that Dark has seen this before. Let's see how he handles it, though.
He's really coming out here far. Now, he wants to use the Ling Ravager combo. The Lings surround the roaches, then you use the Biles on top of them while they're immobile. This is what he's going to do here. There's the trap, and here's the Bile. It connects. Not a massive hit here, but Dark's army is somewhat fragmented here. Does get a few more roaches coming over, but these Lings are really doing work.
Those roaches, though, that are coming over here for Dark, really helping out on the high ground here. At the end of the day, it's just going to be a even trade, basically. Kangmin Su has lost it again. Oh boy,
oh,
the
man.
memes.
They're reaching hard on that one. Hashtag dad jokes. But look at this. Dark is getting burrow movement for his roaches right now. He has the much faster +1. It's finished. Obviously, attack is better than armor for roaches because of their nature of burst damage. Ooh, bit of a whiff there. But he's also getting burrow, obviously. He's not going to get burrow movement without that. But he's going for a really sneaky tech build, and he does see this huge Ling count. He was trying to deny that scout with the Corrosive Biles, but now Dark sees it. He needs to prepare. He needs to get on this high ground. He may just have to let his 3rd base go. 64 Lings with all that extra larva.
That's an unbelievable amount of units, and here we go, trying to go for this around once again. Really nice splits, though, from Dark. Look at the positioning. He's in a bit of a donut, but that lets the Lings get that surface area. This might just be too much.
Yeah, he can't pack the roaches together, because otherwise, if he does that, he's going to be, you know, vulnerable to Biles. But if he splits them apart, then he's going to get surrounded. This is a really cool composition here from Solar. He's made this combo, which is normally not possible to have this many Lings. It's only possible with a macro hatch, and that's what we see here. Targeting larva as well. Some of the drones will escape, but it doesn't matter. This game is basically won. He will kill the 3rd base.
Well, he should kill the 3rd base.
Should.
I hope he does commit to that there.
He's just going to go for the kill.
Oh, and there's the burrow and the burrow movement, but he doesn't have enough roaches anyway.
Yeah, there's an Overseer hero as well. He's not even going to get any advantage from this. And Solar with a well-executed build here, despite it being scouted. Looks like we'll tie up the series here in our grand finals. Very smart play, and he wins his first CBZ on this map. And there you have it.
Yeah, you can see Dark, he really wants to try to stay in this one and micro his way back, but the hatchery goes down.
He doesn't even have drones. GG! There you go. He doesn't even have drones at his 3rd base. There's no way he could transition, even though he has 3 bases. Solar, on the other hand, had that 3rd up as well. Really crisp build here from Solar. And you have to wonder, you know, what if things had gone a little bit differently in that first game, how well he would progress into the series. Now, I really feel like Solar has come prepared with special strategies, whereas I feel like his Dark, on the other hand, is just kind of trying to play his own style, not preparing anything special, just trying to play a game thinking, I'm the better player, I win no matter what build he does. But that was definitely really unique what we saw there from Solar, and that's powerful. That's, again, the mind games we're talking about.
And it's really interesting, you know, because as I said during the game, I'm sure Dark has seen this before. I'm sure he has some idea of how to handle this, but I don't think the burrow and the burrow movement really was the answer, right? It was a lot of tech that he invested into. He could have got out a lot more roaches to help out with the push. You could see he was trying to move across the map and hit some kind of little timing before there was that huge swell of Lings, and he had a decent trade, but he couldn't kill Solar, of course.
I feel like Dark is just not encountered this style very often, because if you see that extra hatchery and you're thinking this is going to be mass Lings, I think the best counter is just to make a baneling nest, and it's going to help you out. You know, if you can connect the shots, you fight outside your base.
Play roach baneling, you know, just go for that. I think that would have been perfect.
I think so, but I think he's just not that used to this style, and he was like, okay, this is weird. You made an extra hatch. You're kind of behind macro-wise. I have better upgrades than you. I'm just going to make burrow movement roaches harass you and go into the late game, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where Dark's coming from. You know, the +1 really helps out against those Lings as well. You can kill them a lot faster. But at the same time, if there's 64 of them with Ravagers to back up with the Corrosive Biles, it's not really going to work out. I think you're definitely right about the Baneling Nest. And this really just this makes it a really interesting series now, because if Dark goes up 2-0 and then Solar falls apart, then all of a sudden, you know, we could be seeing that 4-0 you were talking about, that huge momentum going Dark's way. But now it's anyone's series.
It really is. It's all tied up. And I think we are going to go to a commercial break here pretty shortly.
So
we're going to go right now, it looks like. So we'll see you guys in just a few.